What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Inside Zone. Look, I want to pivot real quick. Had a great weekend of football, great weekend of sports altogether. Probably the biggest event of the weekend was this Crawford-Canelo fight, which was everything we expected it to be. I mean, to me, it felt like a more aggressive Floyd Mayweather versus a significantly slower Canelo. And that's that, right? Canelo could barely catch Crawford, and Crawford was a lot more aggressive than Mayweather was. But all in all, it didn't really seem like a fair fight, as the judges thought the same, right? So Crawford is the undisputed champ, 3 weight classes. He's the GOAT of this era. Cool. Let's talk about something even bigger than that. Even bigger than Crawford dominating. Netflix. Netflix has been getting into the sports entertainment space for years now, with documentaries and some live events, some WWE. They have the rights to some WWE stuff. And look, it's only growing, right? So traditional pay-per-view fights, think Manny Pacquiao 2015, you're talking about 3 to 4 million people buying in to the subscription or to the fight, right? To watch it, $60, $70 a pop. That's that, right? One-time buy. That's it. The fighters get a few million off of it or whatever they've negotiated, and they move on with their life. Enter Netflix. Netflix's model is no pay-per-view. It's more of a subscription model where they're looking to add on subscribers, monthly or annual subscribers. In this case, instead of 4.6 million buys, you got about 108 million subscribers potentially at Netflix, and a potential add-on more subscribers specifically just to watch the event. So you're talking, $15, $16 a month additional. So Netflix seems to be playing the long game in terms of getting subscribers, offering the event. And then, one more thing to add in there. You have ads. You saw commercials during the event, which adds additional revenue to offset whatever Netflix was paying to get the event or to host the event. All in all, what Netflix did was kind of throw a wrench in the traditional way that we watch sports entertainment, pay-per-view sports entertainment. And I'm not mad at it, right? I mean, look, logging in to my Netflix account and seeing a premier boxing match on free TV. Well, not free TV, it's subscription TV. That's something I already paid for. That's how bad it's gotten, right? My $15 to $20 a month, it's such a drop in the bucket at this point that I consider it free. But long term, big play, instead of just 3 or 4 million people subscribing to watch a fight, you had potentially, even if just half of the Netflix subscribers, 50 or 60 million people, with 10 to 15% of those people being brand new subscribers that are going to be paying that $15 to $20 a month for the next year or so, adding on to the Netflix revenue bottom line. So the play is actually awesome. And then you add in this guy, Turkey, I can't remember his last name, as a Saudi Arabian promoter. Dana White from the UFC coming in. I think boxing has been such a closed circuit shop where even some of the outcomes of the fights have been in question. It's gotten sad to where Jake Paul and his exhibition matches have become the premier fighting events for boxing these days, which it tells you a lot about where it's at. Folks like Terrence Crawford can't find a good fight. The promoters want their piece and they want to make sure if it's not done their way, then they don't want the fight. That's Terrence Crawford's career in a nutshell. His promoter and his management have done him terribly. So now he's 38, finally getting the bag that he deserves, and it's all because you had Saudi Arabian money, UFC, and outside people coming in and pushing the needle forward. So, look, I hope this continues to grow the game of boxing. I hope this continues to grow the viewership of the sport. And I also hope that you know, other sports, other pay-per-view sports, look at this model from Netflix and buy in and double down, right? Yeah, I feel like, you know, paying $100 to watch something that could, you know, that's only for one day, I think it's trash. I would sign up for a subscription to a good service like a Netflix or an Amazon, if that means I get to watch premiere events on there. So let me know what you guys think. I think Netflix is doing it right. Shout out to Blockbuster for not taking the deal years ago when Netflix was looking to partner with them. And let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, share.